Justin Fields got some help. The Chicago Bears signed guard Nate Davis to a 3-year deal worth $30 million total today in free agency. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears free agency update video. There's going to be a lot of these coming out in the next couple of days because the Bears are going to be signing a lot of free agents. Probably we have so much money to spend even after all these signings. So subscribe to my channel if you guys want my analysis, my reaction to all the Bears signings. And I'm happy about this one too, okay? I wanted the Chicago Bears to sign a guard because I thought that Cody Whitehair was not cutting it last year. He's getting older. He's 31 years old. He got injured last year. Definitely was not his best year in pass protection, so I thought it made sense for the Bears to move off of Cody Whitehair, which is what I think they probably will do now because it doesn't make sense to keep Cody Whitehair on the team now that you have two pretty solid young guards in Tevin Jenkins and Nate Davis. Okay, Cody Whitehair is older. Unless you want to move him to center, which I guess could be a possibility, but I feel like there'd be better centers in the NFL draft, or he could still sign one in free agency. So if I had to guess, Cody Whitehair probably is not going to be on the team anymore. Okay, cutting him post June 1st would be a $9.9 million cap savings. So you're basically getting, Nate Davis for free this year by cutting Cody Whitehair, which I think would be making a lot of sense for the Chicago Bears. I'm given he's probably not going to be factoring into the starting rotation next year unless, again, you move him to center. But I'm happy about this, right? Because I actually had the Bears signing Ben Powers in my mock offseason, which I would have been pretty happy with. But Nate Davis also is a very solid addition to the Bears offensive line. He's young. He's only 26 years old, so he definitely fits the timeline of this Bears team. We're getting younger guys that are going to be here for like a long period of time, and Nate Davis on a 3-year deal, that fits the timeline with everybody else. Okay, acquiring the younger players. And let's talk about it more, okay? Let's talk about what he's going to bring to the Chicago Bears. So Nate Davis is 6'3", weighs 315 pounds, big, bulky guy, obviously playing in the trenches for the Titans. And he played in a zone blocking scheme for the Titans, which obviously the Bears run a zone blocking based scheme too. So a perfect scheme fit for the Chicago Bears, okay? Getting a guy that knows the system, knows how to zone, be in a zone blocking scheme, can move to some extent, not very, very athletic, not as athletic as a Tevin Jenkins, obviously, but still has the ability to occasionally maul people in the run game. Is a very, very good run blocker, okay? So for Chicago Bears team that does love to run the football a lot, perfect fit. But obviously next year the Bears will not be running the football as much as they did last year because we are going to try to, get Justin Fields to break out as a passer. And last year was his best year as a pass protector, okay? According to PFF, he allowed 3 sacks the entire year and 14 pressures on 385 pass blocking snaps. So not like elite numbers, obviously, but good enough numbers where he could be an upgrade over Cody Whitehair. And he's, obviously ascending too, right? Because he's only 26 years old. A lot of players, hit their prime basically at age 26, age 27. So if he can continue ascending as a pass protector and continue being a mean, mauler in the run game on top of being a, fantastic scheme fit, I think this is a really good signing for the Chicago Bears because they needed a guy that could be a plug-and-play type of player in the Bears offensive line. So he was a 3rd round pick, by the Titans back in, 2019. And he has had some injuries here and there. So that might be somewhat of a concern to some people. But, last year he played 12 games. The year before that, 14. Year before that, 16. Year before that, 12. So he's never played a full 17-game season. But he has played the vast majority of games every year and has not had, crazy bad injuries that are like, severely limiting him. So the injury concern is that's not too big of a deal to me. I think it's, fine. And again, youth is on his side. If he was like 31 years old, like a Cody Whitehair, then I would be worried about him missing games last year because you're probably not going to recover from those injuries as fast when you are in your 30s, but he is still relatively young, okay, age 26. And, like I mentioned, just a perfect fit in the scheme and a mauler type of blocker, okay? I mean, if you look at some of the blocks he's laid out, I'll put one on the screen right now where he basically bulldozed through Fred Warner, okay? One of the best linebackers in the NFL. He has that type of nastiness to his game. If you look at his other tape, there are flashes of him just being an absolute beast in the run game. And obviously pass protection, again, not elite, but good enough. And he's also ascending as a pass blocker, so he could be still an upgrade from Cody Whitehair in terms of pass protection, especially given his youth and that he's getting better as well. So for Justin Fields, I think this is a very good signing because it's going to help him keep upright. It's going to give him a young guard that he can potentially grow with and play with for a long time, okay? Justin Fields has had so many different offensive linemen in the last 2 years of his career because the Bears have not had, true building blocks on the offensive line. We've had different left tackles, right tackles, guards, centers too, like a Sam Mustipher. So, I think it's going to be a very good signing for Justin Fields. And help him, really break out as a passer while also keeping the nastiness of our run game. Because the run game, again, guys, is still going to be a big part of this Bears offense. Like this offense, the Shanahan offense, does have a lot of running the football, a lot of play action, a lot of stuff that goes off of the run game. So even though we will be passing the ball a lot more next year, I can guarantee that to see what we have in Justin Fields, the run game still is going to be pretty important. It's important to have, great run blockers too on this offensive line where, that's why we probably didn't go after a Ben Powers, because Ben Powers, is not a good run blocker whatsoever. And that's probably why we didn't go after Jawan Taylor too, because Jawan Taylor was one of the worst run blockers in the NFL. So Ryan Poles clearly has a type on the offensive line. He wants these nasty mauler type of guards and offensive linemen in general that can still be good in pass protection. I mean, Nate Davis was good in pass protection last year. Braxton Jones was ascending in pass protection. Had some struggles early on. Tevin Jenkins also was ascending in pass protection. So, he wants these maulers that can still be really good in pass protection, but also a really good run blocker so they can be a scheme fit and still, enable the Bears to pound the rock when they have to. So I like the signing, man. Okay, it's 19.5 million guaranteed. So, that could easily be a 2-year deal if he does not work out. So even worst case scenario, if Nate Davis turns out to be complete bust, you're not investing too much long-term money in him, so you're not going to be left with a bad contract if he doesn't work out. But I do believe that he's going to work out because he has been a good, solid player for the Tennessee Titans, who are now rebuilding. Okay, the Titans have a new GM, so that's probably why they didn't bring him back. I'm not sure what they're really doing there. They let go of all their offensive linemen basically, so I'm not totally sure what the Titans are doing, but I'm happy the Bears took advantage of a pretty good guard being available on the market, and they're just not... they're not just hoping that a guard falls to them in the draft, which they still could draft a guard 100%, like a Cody Malk, Peter Skoronski, maybe if you want to move him to guard. I mean, probably not now because we have a guard. So if you want to take a guard on day 2 or day 3, you can to draft and develop. But now it's not so big of a need that you have to take a guard on day 2 and be forced to maybe, overspend draft capital on that position. So overall, guys, really love the move. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments down below. Oh my god, we just signed Tremaine Edmonds too. I'm seeing on Twitter. What the heck? I'll have to make a video on that as well. That's a big signing by Ryan Poles, considering the fact that we already signed TJ Edwards too. Man, we have a good linebacking core now. I'll make a video again breaking down Edmonds too, man. It's been a busy day for Ryan Poles, a busy couple of days, and good, okay, because we had this many resources we had to spend them, and clearly Ryan Poles is doing just that because we have to get a better roster for next year to actually see what we have in Justin Fields. So let me know what you guys think about this signing in the comments down below. I'll be back with another video right after this. As always, bear down.